Welcome back to MFSA. If you're new here, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe. Today isn't about fighting back. It's about what happened when I couldn't fight at all. I always thought strength meant standing tall. But some days, strength is just showing up when everything in you says not to. The truth is, after I stood up for myself, I thought things would get better. But sometimes, after the storm, comes silence. And silence is worse. They didn't see me breaking. Not the school, not the bullies, not even my own family. They just saw what they wanted to see. The quiet kid with potential. But that night, I didn't care about grades or comments. I just needed someone to ask, "Are you okay?" Hi, I'm...
When you tell the truth, you don't always get applause. But sometimes, you get something better. Someone who stays. You went looking for it? I forgot I even made these. Before I started hiding behind jokes and quiet hallways, I used to dream. When everything around me felt loud, drawing was the only place I had control. Your video helped a lot of students. What do you need right now? A chance to just be real, without being called weak. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Sometimes, it just means, I'm done carrying your shame on my back.
Good morning. Today's assembly is different. We're giving the mic to someone who's been through a lot and decided to speak up. Please welcome Ben. I'm Ben. Some of you know me from class. Some of you know me from a fight I didn't want to be in. But most of you don't know what happened after. This is Invisible Kid. He's just a kid who blends in so well. People forget he exists. But on the inside, he's screaming. I made this comic when I was 10 because I didn't know how else to talk about what I felt. About being bullied and tired of pretending. Then one day, I snapped. I fought back. Not because I wanted to, but because I didn't want to disappear. Because the truth is, fighting doesn't fix pain. Talking about it does. Art does. Listening does. You don't need to be loud to be strong. You just need to be real. That was the day I was seen. Not for what happened to me, but for who I was underneath it all. Hey, your comic? It helped me. Thanks. After the assembly, something strange happened. People started coming to me. Not for answers, but for permission. You don't have to say anything. Your art says enough. That was the day I realized this wasn't about me anymore. Doesn't matter. They're watching each other. That's enough. We called it MFSA Stories. No filters, no edits, just truth. What do you need from us? A space. You've got it. And your protection for kids who are finally brave enough to speak. It started as my fight stopped alone. But now, it's my fight shared aloud. Today's episode isn't mine. It's Alex's. He wanted to tell you what it's like to live with anxiety and still show up. The spotlight's not on me anymore. And that's exactly how it should be. Because the real fight is making sure no one fights alone. Some parents think MFSA is too dark, that it encourages kids to share trauma without supervision. We're not encouraging trauma. We're showing kids they're not alone. Would you rather they suffer quietly? We need a way to show the community why it matters, not just what it is. So they want us to shut up because we're telling the truth? No. They want us to shut up because the truth makes them uncomfortable. Then we show them what uncomfortable looks like and why it matters. You asked why this club matters. That's why. because they were suffering in silence. But truth doesn't disappear when you whisper it. It gets louder. They tried to erase us, so we left something permanent. When MFSA started, it was just me, telling my truth to an empty room. Now, everyone's watching. I should have felt proud. Instead, I felt lost. This doesn't feel like us anymore. It's like we're trying to be a brand, not a lifeline. I forgot why we started this. It was never about numbers. It was about names, stories, silence being broken. We don't need perfect lighting to show pain. We just need honesty. That was the day MFSA stopped being mine and became ours. Because the fight isn't one story. It's thousands. And everyone deserves to be heard. Before we begin, I have something to share. We lost a student last night. His name was Eli. He smiled, that soft, tired kind of smile, the kind that hides everything. And now, he was gone. We weren't too late. We just weren't enough. Eli never shared his story, but he was part of ours. And we won't forget him. But we can speak for the ones who couldn't. This is where we write. Not for answers, but for love, for grief, for healing. It was a new chapter, one written with pain. After Eli, everything felt different, quieter, heavier, like we were all breathing in slow motion. You don't have to speak. We can just sit. I didn't know Eli, but I know the feeling of fading. So I'm here, because I don't want to fade anymore. That was the moment. The shift. We weren't just mourning Eli anymore. We were showing up for each other. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It just means choosing to live with the memory, not in its shadow. Would you be okay if I helped support the group? That was the day we kept going. Not because we moved on, but because we chose to move with the weight. We are not okay, and that's okay. Still, we stay. We've been invited to speak at the City Youth Conference. Main stage, real audience, live streamed. Wait, people are actually gonna hear us? Like everyone? You don't have to speak to be heard. Just being here means something. We told our truths in a safe room, but this was raw nerves on stage. Hi, we're MFSA. It stands for My Fight Stopped Alone. But the truth is, none of us stopped alone. Alyssa begins her spoken word performance. They say healing is linear, but mine zigzags like my heartbeat. And every scar, a paragraph I survived. I used to make fun of kids who cried. Then I became one. And I learned crying isn't weakness. It's release. We're not therapists. We're not perfect. We're just kids who got tired of hiding pain in silence. And we decided to say something. If you're in pain, if you're pretending every day you're not broken, you're just unheard, let us hear you. So a kid from another school saw the live stream. They messaged me. I watched your face. You didn't speak, but you looked how I feel every day. That was the day MFSA went public, and we thought we were there to speak. But what we really did, everyone tells you to speak up. No one tells you what to do when the voices never stop. I wanted to help. I still do. But somewhere along the way, helping became heavy. Ben, leadership isn't about carrying people. It's about teaching them how to carry each other. and knowing when you need rest. But after today, I'm stepping down as the lead of MFSA. Not because I don't care, but because I do. That was the day I let go. Not because I gave up, but because I believed someone else could carry the torch. You don't always need to be the voice. Sometimes you just need to make space so others can find theirs. I thought I was past it. The heaviness, the silence, the void. I thought healing was a finish line, something you cross and never look back. But some mornings, the weight sneaks back in, and you forget how to carry it. How can I help anyone when I can't even help myself? But pain doesn't care about your progress. Strong doesn't mean unbreakable. It means getting up even when you don't want to. Healing isn't a ladder. It's a circle. And sometimes you return to the pain. But this time, you don't What's all this you've been posting online? I've been telling my story, my pain, what I went through. You think that helps anything? It helped me, and it's helping others too. You always wanted me to be strong, but your definition of strong nearly broke me. This MFSA, it saved my life. I thought silence was how you survived. Silence almost killed me, both holding pieces of a broken mirror, trying to rebuild it. Then sits on the couch, editing a new video about his journey. His dad arrives, questioning him. There's tension as Ben and his dad sit in silence, with a phone between them showing Ben's MFSA page. Ben explains his motivations, asserting that his story helps himself and others. Ben confronts his father's view of strength, revealing his struggles under that pressure. Together, they acknowledge the pain of their past, leading to a moment of understanding. Ben reflects on a sketch of him and his dad, trying to piece together their fractured relationship. Where's Jaden? Said he needed space. Don't we all? We were helping everyone, except ourselves. The spark was fading, not because the mission was wrong, but because we were running on empty. I think we need to hit pause, just for a while. But if we keep going like this, we'll lose ourselves. Even the strongest voices need time to breathe. MFSA isn't gone, it's just resting. This was what MFSA taught us: to stop, to feel, to rest. We're back, not perfect, not at full speed, but we're here. Thank you for showing us it's okay to rest. That was the day we took a break, and it reminded us silence isn't always bad. This is huge, like national huge. It started as whispers, then DMs, then the biggest platform we'd ever seen. A full piece, video interviews. They want to visit our school. They're students, not subjects. If you're watching this because of the news, please know, MFSA didn't start as a story. It started, we're not here to be consumed. We're here to connect. So, are we still doing the interview? Not their way. We'll tell our story, our way. They want trauma. We want healing. If this helps one kid, not a network, not a number, it's worth it. That was the day the news called. But we didn't let the world define us. We defined ourselves. Because the loudest stories aren't always the truest. And the most honest stories are always loud.